Richard Gere and his wife just shared a major revelation about their relationship. Hollywood legend Richard Gere has seen some changes in recent years. Firstly, he married Spanish activist Alejandra Silva in spring 2018. Then the pair welcomed a son, Alexander, an interesting challenge for the actor as he neared his 8th decade. But recently word slipped out of new upheaval for the Gere family. Gere first got to know Silva because he's a friend of her family. Indeed, when she first met him, she was still only a child. But in 2014, when they encountered each other again, things were a lot different. Silva was a grown woman and manager of a hotel in Positano, Italy. At that time, a mutual acquaintance brought the couple together, and it was fireworks from the outset, with both feeling what they described as a very strong connection. Certainly, the meeting inspired Gere. He showered Silva with flowers, and it resulted in her agreeing to a date. Even today, Gere still pens songs for Silva. A Philadelphia native, Gere spent his childhood in New York State. He went to high school in the town of Syracuse, where he showed a talent for gymnastics. That ability gained him a scholarship to University of Massachusetts Amherst, but he didn't complete his degree in philosophy. Instead, he headed for the stage, beginning his career repertory. Gere's early career in Hollywood from the mid-70s was relatively uneventful until he broke through when he took the lead in American Gigolo in 1980. After that, he never looked back, starring in a string of huge hits, including An Officer and a Gentleman and Pretty Woman. In 2002, his performance in Chicago brought him both a Golden Globe and a Screen Actors Guild Award. As well as the movie listings, Gere's name popped up in the gossip columns from time to time. He squired actress Penelope Milford for several years, as well as Priscilla Presley and Kim Basinger, before marrying model Cindy Crawford in 1991. The marriage lasted 4 years. Gere wed again in 2002 to former Bond girl Carrie Lowell and remained with her for more than a decade before a dragged-out divorce. A Methodist as a youngster, Gere was attracted to Buddhism in his 20s. Having been a student of Zen, he became interested in Tibetan Buddhism. Meeting monks and the Dalai Lama confirmed that interest, and he started to practice as a Tibetan Buddhist. That led him into activism on behalf of the Tibetan cause, which has meant he's banned from entering China. For her part, Silva was born in the Spanish region of Galicia, although she grew up in the capital, Madrid, where her father, Ignacio, served as the vice president, legendary soccer club Real Madrid. Silva had a career in marketing in her early 20s, working for a company in the aviation industry. Silva didn't spend all of her childhood in Spain, however. She actually gained qualifications from a school in Dorset in the United Kingdom. After that, she studied marketing and advertising in her native country. However, she didn't just utilize her talents in the world of business and also put her skills to good use as an activist. With a strong belief in the value of human rights, Silva found causes to promote. In 2007, she was involved in the Beautiful Life Fund with Czech model and actress Karolina Kurkova. A few years later, Silva worked with Real Madrid's African Initiative Project to organize soccer competitions that would help disadvantaged children integrate into communities. Like Gere, Silva had been married before they met. She got hitched to Govind Friedland, a mining millionaire, in 2012. In fact, it was with Friedland that Silva had acquired the Hotel Villa Treville that she was managing in Positano on the Amalfi Coast in southern Italy when she and the Hollywood actor had their fateful meeting. About that meeting in 2014, Silva told UK newspaper The Daily Mail, "A friend introduced us. We looked at each other and felt a very strong connection." Indeed, it seems that it wasn't just the one look either. She continued, "We couldn't stop looking at each other all night, and since then we haven't been apart." Love certainly grew between the pair, and the Spaniard shifted to New York to be with Gere, and as Silva got to know the actor better, she adopted his religious beliefs. She told Hello magazine about converting in 2018. She said, "I'll be eternally grateful to him. No doubt about it. Thanks to Buddhism, my life has changed." It wasn't completely smooth sailing, as both lovers were struggling with divorces at the time. As Silva explained to Hello, "Love stories with a complicated beginning, where you have to overcome difficulties together, they can bring you closer. In the beginning, he was more convinced than me, but from very early on, we felt that we were destined to be together." Struggling with divorce wasn't the only potential issue that the couple faced. There's quite the age gap, with Gere more than 3 decades Silva's senior, but love wins out, as Alejandra told Hello. "In this life it had to be like this," she said. "He's promised me at least 20 good years." Silva continued, "I have to confess that he has much more energy than me. He's much more active. I find it hard to keep up with him. He's not human." Everyone who sees you together says Richard's crazy about you. What does he say you've given him? Who knows? I love him madly. I think I bring him stability. Above all, it helped I wasn't an actress or a model. I never had any interest in that. Silva has certainly brought something new to Gere's life, including 2 new sons, and he totally feels the romance. Asked by Bang Showbiz NZ whether it had been love at first sight, he agreed that it was. He said, "Instant from my side. I instantly became happy just looking at her. It was one of those powerful things." The world is filled with stories going viral every single day. But how many of these sites can you actually follow? We understand that your day should start with positive stories, stories that resonate with you. And so we started JoJo Stories. Our mission is to create meaningful stories that cover everything from animals to anthropology, history to environment and lifestyle. The kind of content you read on our site will be one you'll want to share with your family and friends. We hope you'll join our growing family and be part of our community. Welcome to JoJo Stories, jojostories.com.